It always comes back to the haunted house. Except houses aren't haunted, people are. Especially groups like friends or time bound peers like in high school. And most of all, families are haunted. I didn't expect to be here, and I didn't expect to be living here, and I didn't expect to become a homeowner at 40. Not like this. I'd run off as soon as running off wouldn't land me in juvie and never once came back. Word would filter digitally as I accepted the ads from select family on social media. Word that so-and-so had died, and so-and-so was getting married, and would you be coming home to the family reunion this year, or any year? I let the messages sit unanswered. Or in not answering, I said my piece. No, I moved across the country to the West Coast, to a liberal-minded city, buried in tech, a place so far removed from an old mountain house without running water, where I'd shit in an outhouse for 18 years, vaguely and yearningly knowing that the rest of the country wasn't like this. Hell, most of West Virginia hadn't been like that either, but I was poor among the poor and living with my grandmother who hadn't had a job since the 70s. And it was the 80s and 90s, and I was angry and barely fed on seldom food stamps and what little she drew from Social Security. But now I'm back, and she's gone. And I hadn't said goodbye. And the house was mine. I could have sold it. The market said it was worth $9,000, which wouldn't have helped my debt load at all. Would have kept my rental going for about 2 months. The Bay had dropped me on the ground when the news came out that the energy sector was getting a disruptor. Cute. Fucking cute. Save your tears for the buggy whip manufacturers, they said. My company was Smart Power, and with one press conference, I was obsolete overnight. I hadn't taken another contract since the startup failed, and I didn't want to start at the bottom again, sending out resumes and sucking digital dick as some low-level business analyst or project manager as I'd done before I had my own company, which some dickheads had so solidly disrupted. So I came back when I got the call that she was gone and had left me the house. At least, at the very least, one of my uncles had gotten the beast of a house, an overwrought shack, hooked up to water and power. The residence sat out on the Adkins Ridge, a region unnamed on maps, but generations of Adkins like me know it well. The way in was an old logging road, sometimes coal road, used by our ancestors. But even that was up from dirt and gravel now, as some entrepreneurial investors were selling divided lots with prefabs on them. And that's what brought power and water to a mountain which had been lived in since before the nation, and inhabited continuously by folks roughing it like they always did, walking to the springs, pulling up buckets from a well, and shitting in holes littering their properties. But all that's beside the point. Now you know how I came to own a haunted house.